Well, hello and welcome and welcome and hello. Thought I'd pop on with you guys and do a brief live stream here. I know many of you turds are probably panicking and you're probably thinking to yourself, this isn't fair. And I wanted to just come on and do a quick live stream about how to manage your emotions and expectations um, in terms of investing, because these are tough days, guys, because we all got this sort of euphoric feeling when the ER came out and we saw the growth and we saw, management all but guarantee that we're going to hit a net profit this quarter. And we all had the expectation, when you see a great ER, the stock price is going to move up. So when you get the shorting and the opposite happens and they're pushing the stock down to kill, obviously there's a ton of calls at 750. Um, there's 53 million shares traded already, and it hasn't even been 3 hours. By the way, guys, welcome and hello, hello and welcome, welcome, hello, hello and welcome, and good morning and welcome and hello. It's 10:19 a.m. It is November 9, 2023, 10:19 a.m. out here in Los Angeles, by the way. Hope it's a great day wherever you are. I know, guys, the NASDAQ and the whole market just took a major drop. I don't know if Powell spoke already and that it was in response to that. But obviously SoFi down 8% today, almost 60 cents on volume. Very, very heavy volume again, just kicked way back up. The short data has been very suspicious this week, but I don't want to get into the numbers, guys. I just want to have like a little bit of a more general discussion. Yeah, I bought a lot more as well, guys. What's up, SJ? What's up, Alberto? Yeah, I mean, guys, people are like, oh, you don't want to come and talk about down days. I have no problem talking about down days, guys. I know stocks can go down. This stock has been down in the fours numerous times, but your brain, your emotions do not expect this type of reaction to a really, really good earnings report. And that's what market makers are playing on. Um, Market makers want you angry, fearful, and confused. They want you completely disoriented so they can basically hit you over the head with an emotional hammer and get you to react the way you want to react. Now, I can't believe people are still setting like tight trailing stop losses on this stock. Um, it's so easy to move around because, there's different like day traders are just mostly morons. Swing traders are weak and have a 1 to 2 week time horizon max. And then if they lose, they want to, redeploy their capital. So this is a lot of capitulation here. They're just washing, in addition to making money, killing the calls. I don't think the puts are printing as yet. I mean, they want to drive this thing down below 6. I don't know. By tomorrow, that's a hell of a drop, but never say never. But I'm just trying to express, how do you manage your emotions? It's like, and I hate Tom Brady, guys. I hate the Patriots, but like one of the things you have to acknowledge, even if you dislike the other team, is like Tom Brady is one of the greatest football players and professional athletes of all time. He's not the most talented athlete, he's not the fastest, he doesn't jump the highest, but his killer instinct and his ability to perform under pressure, maybe only matched by like Joe Montana, some other people. Um, but do you think, what if the Patriots like come out and Brady's there and it's this important game, and maybe the other team is not nearly as good a team as they are, but they run a trick play, right? They run a trick play, unexpected, they get a quick touchdown. Do you think Brady just cries and gives up? No, of course not, guys. They know they have the better player. They know they're going to win the game in the end, and they maintain their confidence. That's how you have to approach these types of setbacks, and it's not really a setback, guys. As some of you are saying in the opportunity, it's an opportunity. Like, look at what happened after the Chia Pet attack. Like, the stock was coming into that ER at 650. They attacked it all the way down into the mid fours, and then before the next ER, the stock was all the way back up to 950. So they got a lot of people to dump in the fours. They give up. It's a capitulation event. It's toying with your emotions, guys. So you have to think like Tom Brady. if you're down, you have to think, why am I down? Is it because I'm not as good a player? Is it because my team sucks? Is it because Noto is a horrible CEO and SoFi is not performing? No, it's because the other team's running a trick play, and a trick play only works so many times. At the end of the day, results will matter. So remember, guys, just because it does something between ERs, um, you can't run and cry. You can't go, why me? You can't. I'm reminded of a scene from one of the best movies ever made, No Country for Old Men, where, you know, Shagur's about to kill Carla Jean, and she, turns to him and she's like, I don't deserve this. And he's just like, deserve's got nothing to do with it. And that's how life works, guys. Deserve has nothing to do with it. Life isn't fair. Market makers, algorithms, the market, these traders, these hedge funds, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your emotions. They don't care about what we think should happen based on the ER. The ER is the ER, guys. The result is the result. And these good ERs that SoFi piles up one after another, the results, the steady management, the good decisions, the good acquisitions, it will pay off in the end, but it's all about your time horizon, guys. If your time horizon is less than 1 quarter, I just can't help you. You're just stupid. Like, okay, if you can swing trade around earnings on more sort of reliable stocks, but if you've been watching SoFi the last year plus, this stock does what the market makers are going to do. They're going to attack it after every single ER until net profit. Whether there's a pump first and then a dump, or it's just an initial dump and then a pump, but I strongly feel, guys, the stock is going to recover some of these losses today. I don't know how much, because I just don't know how much they're willing to hit it. Um, these call options are worth a lot because people are stupid and they bought so many of them. But there's so many puts on the other side at 6, it just doesn't make any sense. It was like, I truly feel that the shorts and the bears were expecting a very weak ER and they planned their strategy accordingly. And they were completely wrong. And now they're just kind of rubbing our face in it and going, hey, nana nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo, to quote Daniel Tosh. And they're just like, we have more money than you. We're big swinging dicks. Even if we're wrong, we're just going to come in and just trash the place, just pee all over your apartment in some kind of a blacked out drunken tirade. This is like, this is shorts having a tantrum, guys. I mean, this is shorts trying to salvage. This is shorts making money. But if you're long, the only move here is just to kind of smile and go, these guys are flailing. And eventually the earnings reports are going to matter. Net profit is going to matter. It is going to be a turning point for the stock. Be like, well, if the macro is bad, if we're in a recession, the shorts can still attack the stock even at net profit. Absolutely true, guys. Absolutely true. But at the end of the day, these analysts that are really the best analysts have the stock 12 to 15, 14. So they have over 100% upside in the stock now. And of course, analyst target prices don't really matter that much. I think the Chia Pet actually came out. So they're saying it's borrowing 300,000 shares today, guys. There's just absolutely no way that's true. They're saying days to cover is still under 4. Um, it was so weird because they didn't publish any short data, any on exchange short data, any of my sites on Tuesday. They borrowed 14 million net on Monday. Tuesday's a black hole, and then Wednesday they're back to borrowing. Yesterday they're definitely borrowing, and then, or yesterday was Wednesday, I'm sorry. Today they're definitely borrowing a ton of shares, and yet saying shares on loan is going down from 110 million to like 99 million. But short interest went up and utilization is up. So I don't know, guys. Last 7 days, um, it's saying everything's down except short interest days to cover is up slightly. This just isn't jiving with me. There's something very, very weird going on with the price action compared to the short, and it has to do with this, I believe, this incredibly high open interest on the $6 puts, but I just can't figure out what they're going to do. I mean, are they going to try to drive this thing down another dollar by tomorrow? Somebody talk to me. Somebody make sense of this. because it is absolute carnage on the exchange. But yeah, I added leaps, I added shares. Um, I just love the stock down under 7. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know what type of weakness they're seeing in the ER. I think basically they have to be, um, shooting for a collapse in the personal loan, but the personal loan holdings of SoFi on their books, looking for massive defaults. But I'm not seeing it so far. SoFi's had an ability to sell the loan. SoFi is not really having any type of major cash crunch or anything. So I'm just not seeing what the big short is on this stock. Maybe you can help me. Maybe you can show me the weakness. Maybe you can show me how this company is going to fall apart. But I'm seeing student loans accelerating into Q4, and Q4 is where it was going to pay, and especially next year. I'm seeing the entire business just doing really, really well. The tech side, financial services made a net contribution profit for the first time. All three business segments net a contribution profit, and management's basically, I think, about as sure as they can be, about as sure as you could possibly say in public and get away with, that we're going to see that gap net profit in Q4. And I just, how some of these other banks, since like Lending Club and some of these stocks responded when they hit gap net profit, it was an extremely positive reaction. That's one of the biggest sort of I don't know, milestones, if you will. It's like the stock's bat mitzvah or whatever, their quince. It's like their quince. They become a woman at that point. Like, but yet, after that ER, with everything management said, with a triple beat, guidance raise, adjusting EBITDA upward, adjusting the top line guidance from 30% growth to as high as 34% growth, here we sit, and that's just life, guys. That's life. You can't cry about it. You can't control it. It's not for you. It's not against you. These numbers don't care about you. And that's why market makers, they are the Anton Chigurhs. We are the Carla Jeans. We're crying like, why me? Mama, don't. It's like, and Chigurh's just like, he's a sociopath. He has no emotions. And algorithms and computers that trade for hedge funds and market makers, they have no emotions. That's why they can beat the turds, so many times. How do you reverse it? When they give you these opportunities, of course, you don't sell, you don't put the stop loss, you take the opportunity, you buy. But problem is, you bought the dip down to sevens, you're buying the dip, you can only buy so many dips, and that's where, cash management comes into play. You have to hold some bankroll back. You have to know that the stock can always go lower. I like to be invested, guys. I like to be invested. I don't like to leave money, a lot of money sitting on the sideline. But at the same time, when you're buying a stock that has this type of extreme volatility where, the last ER wasn't nearly this good and it popped up almost to 12. And this ER, I think, was outstanding, and, they're pushing it down under 7. So you just can't predict what this stock is going to do because there's not enough institutional money in the stock to stabilize the price. And I thought Aunt Kathy would make them pay today. But you see, guys, this shallow bull volume pattern, even with the high volume. The algo is really locked on. You don't see a lot of variance here. You don't see a lot of big orders. Even yesterday with really low volume, or whoops, I meant hit the chart. I don't want to see the idiotic comments on on YouTube or on Yahoo. But in any case, not your comments aren't idiotic, guys. I'm going to read your comments here in just 1 second, guys. But I just wanted to get this information out because I have limited time. I have to get over to a meeting. Um, but these are capitulation events. These are trying to drive returners out of the stock as low as possible. And I was saying, why are they shorting in the 730s, 720s? It's so low after such a good. This is why. This is why. They always have a plan. They're always working their plan. They're not panicking. They're not like, oh my God, it was 730 and we shorted. We're so stupid. Yeah, that should have been their reaction, but they're like, if we drive it down hard enough, we can stop out more stupid turd returders at 675. And the day turders and the swing turders, they're such paper-handed douchebags. We can push them completely off the stock and get them to go buy, something completely different. Maybe they'll swing back into a firm after it just went up 20% because they're morons, because they sell the dip and they smell the rip and then they buy on FOMO after something runs up 20%. These are the same people that were buying SoFi after it went up to like $11.60. Like, I'm sorry if those are you, but you're a moron. No offense. Um, but anyway, guys, that's really the SoFi stock. It's just what I wanted to get out. Don't be upset. Take advantage. If your time horizon's less than a quarter, I can't help you because you're a market timer and you're stupid. Um, Market makers are sociopaths, guys. They just don't care about your feelings, and you have to take your feelings out. They want to create anger, fear, and confusion, fear, uncertainty, doubt, whatever way you want to put it. And they're succeeding in the short term, but over the long term, I'm telling you, the results are going to matter. So this is, since this last step down, sort of after the ER, this is okay. I mean, it just looks to me like they're trying to drive people out of the stock. Do they really think this stock is worth less than 3 times this year's sales with the type of margins this company is going to deliver over the medium and long term? I don't see it. I don't see how this company doesn't make free cash flow. I'm just not seeing what the bears are seeing, but the bears are just beating the hell out of the stock today. I believe they're really shorting the stock, but I mean, it's not showing up in the numbers so far that I'm able to see. What are you guys' thoughts? What do you think's going on here? Obviously, the stock's selling off and we're getting kicked square in both nuts. But why? What's the plan? What do the bears see going into the next ER? Do they think, SoFi's not going to be able to make a gap net profit? Are they attacking on the basis of insider selling? Even Upstart, guys, is dead cat bouncing. It's up 2%. I mean, most of the growth stocks are a little bit, I mean, Lucid's down, but Lucid's a piece of garbage. Um, I think they make a really cool car, but it's just the management, it just doesn't make any sense. The plan to start off with the $150,000 car that nobody wants and you can't sell and you can't make, just idiots. And they have a higher market cap than SoFi, Lucid, a company that's just hemorrhaging money, never ever gonna, it's not going to exist in a few years. They're going to be bankrupt. But this is what market makers do, guys. And SoFi right now, unfortunately, is still a trading stock because we don't get over that. Like, we're not even over 40% institutional ownership, much less where we need to be, which is like 60%. I mean, I'm really, really surprised if Noto, Tony Notes, or Aunt Kathy doesn't come in and pick up, a million shares. It's just crazy. Like, the value here, to me, the value proposition risk reward is crazy. And yes, they can push it down to 6 over the short term. They could push it down to 550. They could push it wherever they want. But for my money, I don't see the logic in dumping in the 6s. I mean, if somebody can explain to me how that's logical, wonderful. Let's see that Chia Pet reiteration. I think it's down here. You guys will get a kick out of this. I know you all love the Chia Pet. Um, where is it? So I don't know. Oh yeah, there it is. Um, so he reaffirmed SoFi Technology stock rating reaffirmed by Wedbush, 9th November. So underperform rating reaffirmed, equities research analyst research report issued Thursday. They currently have a $3 price. So I mean, guys, when there is a short attack in the midst and the bears are just gonna shit all over SoFi, you can almost assure yourself that the Chia Pet is going to put out some type of negative note on the stock, and like clockwork again. But TipRanks doesn't even elevate him up anymore. And again, I talked to you yesterday about these fake upgrades that are saying like, hey, the stock's worth 7, but we're upgrading to a hold. We're not raising our price target. They're just trying to beat that number into your head. Hey, the stock's not worth more than 7. Don't buy now. Forget the fact that, Jeffries says it's worth 14, or Andrew Jeffries says it's worth 14, and John Hecht at Jeffries, these are the best analysts of the bunch, say it's worth 15. Even people that were formerly bullish, like Citi, Bank of America, Bank of America is now at 10, Citi's now at 12, that's 78%. And these were bears. Bank of America has 50% upside on the SoFi stock at this point. And Mahir is one of the best analysts out there, and he is a bear. And Ashwin is also extremely good. and he was fairly bearish, and now he's at 12 bucks. It's 80% upside. Of course, got to check in with the forehead. Giuliano Bologna, the bologna sandwich, formerly of BTIG. Remember, they ran this little pump and dump. This Lance Jesser run came in that 1/4 buy at 16. Then, his former guy, Giuliano Bologna, came in with a sell at 5. So these guys are just all over the place, guys. It doesn't really mean anything to me. Like, I'm just, if you push it down to 650, I'll buy more. They push it down to 6, I'll buy a lot more. I'll buy a ton of leaps because, in a year and a half, those options are going to print. You cannot predict price action over the short term. That's why, who's the guy who's always saying it's going to go down? He's like the bald Mr. Rogers. He's on here somewhere. Mark. I think he was on here. I don't know what happened, guys. There's a lot of comments, but he's a good guy. But he's always, he's always saying like the stock's going to go down. You're a big fat idiot. Why are you always so bullish? I think the stock's going to go down in the short term. And of course, he's right in this instant. Who else was right? Somebody else was telling me the stock's going to go down on Stock Twits. I forget who it was. One of my regular commenters, and it was Klaus Baum. Yeah, he's like, he bought more. He said it was going to go down, and he was absolutely right, as usual. And guys, I understand. I tell you the stock's going to go up every single day, and I'm not, like delusional or psychotic. I do realize that many days the stock will go down. And of course, it's SoFi. It's like 9 days out of 10. But guys, our day is going to come. Our time will come. We will have our day in the sun. We will have the, the Sally Field moment. They like me. They really like me. Like, they're going to like the stock. They may not have to admit it, but they have to accept it. Like, the stock is going to make money and spin off free cash flow, and they can slow it down, but they can't stop it. I feel like they're trying to kill the stock price. It makes the stock-based compensation worth less. It makes them have to dilute with more shares to give the same amount of stock. But I think it's more in share count rather than dollar amount when they make those agreements. I'm not really 100% sure if that's universal. But guys, I kind of totally lost my train of thought. Let me go to a few comments, check in with the people who are here. Got some more. SJ, what's up, Lee? What's up, Alberto? Good to see you. Victor, I am your therapist. Absolutely. I'm also a good listener. Not really. I talk all the time. Fucking loudmouth, blowhard. Fat suburban wannabe gangster. JRP 7819. Good morning. What a great day. Yeah, it's a wonderful day here as well. Except I have a meeting and I have stuff to do, but I'm just not that worried about the SoFi stock. The NASDAQ is kind of recovering. I don't know, Powell is, I think, talking in 20 minutes, or maybe he'd already talked. Maybe that's why the market got hit so hard, but I don't think even if they did one more rate hike this year, I just don't think it hits SoFi that hard. I think they're going to, refi some student loans and stuff anyway, but it's not going to be, an absolute like gold rush this year. But, rates are going to come down eventually, guys. Remember, unemployment went up a little bit. It's starting to have an effect. So they don't want to overreact, I don't think. But guys, a lot's going to tell sort of in this 11 o'clock. The stock, the algos operate in a pretty predictable fashion. They step the price up and down in predictable increments, and they tend to do things in predictable time frames, sort of on the hour, by the hour. So time on the hour. By the way, guys, Topper time check. It's 10:42 a.m. It's November 9, 2023, a fine Thursday. We have just under 2.5 hours left in the trading day. SoFi getting absolutely hammered today, down 61 cents or 8%. Upstart and Affirm's up 19% on the back of their earnings report. Palantir flat. So the growth stocks more or less flat. Visa, American Express kind of hanging in there. PayPal flat today. So this isn't like fintechs all getting destroyed or growth stocks are all getting destroyed. This is a SoFi specific bear attack, short attack, stop loss raid, all rolled into one, guys. And the shorts, I guess they look brilliant if they were shorting at $7.30 and they can cover here and they can get, swing turders and day turders and just paper handed D bags to dump. They're making a fortune here, guys. I mean, that 60-cent difference on that short in a matter of a couple of days. I mean, it's a massive, massive return. If you annualize it, it's like 80 billion percent. So not a lurker. What's up, not a lurker? Mikkel Hagen. What's going on, my Danish friend? Bye, bye, bye. Mikkel says. Um, reminds me of the Mikkel. Reminds me of that original Girl with the Dragon. If you haven't seen the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I think the original film was in Swedish, or I'm not sure, Scandinavia somewhere. I can't necessarily differentiate between the languages, unfortunately, and I was watching with the subtitles, but it's so much better than the American version. Like, it really is. I mean, Daniel Craig just doesn't do that character justice. Um, Anyway, if you can watch The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and you don't mind reading subtitles, it's really, really good. Um, anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that. Flint Creek, buying as much as I can. Yep, no panic. Yep, don't panic. There's no reason to panic. Nothing's changed, guys. It's just mechanics. This is just mechanics. That's all it is. Roland Dubs, what's up, Roland Dubs? How's it going? Ad Fonte, when your mother and I received you in the delivery room. Oh God, that's funny. I don't think my dad can use the internet. Roland Dubs, hit the damn like button. I didn't say it. Pete, what's up, Firehouse Pete? You're right, Danny. This is a play action. You can only work so many times. A veteran John Man. Boom! The shorts. They just run a post. They just go right up the middle. It's like, and I used to love Summerall. Like, Summerall used to make these really wrong calls. He's like, there's a handoff to Roger Craig, gain of 5 around the outside. Check that, make it a loss of 6. He just announce a play that didn't happen at all because he was drinking heavily in the booth. And be like, Montana swings it out to Jerry Rice for a gain of 7. Like, check that, sack for a loss of 4. You're like, how are you calling this play? It's like Harry Carey. That was one of the best Harry Carey moments, and when he just advocated youth drinking on the air. He's like, Steve, they tell these kids you can have just as good a time without drinking as you can drinking, but they're lying to these kids, Steve. I mean, Harry Carey without a Budweiser. That's just not me. I mean, this was back in the day when you could just get drunk at work and just, back in the 80s, and you just have fun with it. Now now you'd be fired, of course, because it's not good. But anyway, guys, let me move on with a few comments. I'm just going to read a few more comments, and I'm going to end this live stream. I wasn't really going anywhere with the live stream. I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, anything can happen. They do what they do. They can drive it down to 6, but I don't think it's going to be there before the next ER. I really don't think they're that bold and brash. Even when you're do shorting with other people's money, eventually you want to keep your job, and eventually results matter. And I think at net profit, especially if the net profit is quite convincing, and we see massive deposit growth near $4 billion. We see, massive member growth near 1 million members. Don't forget, guys, it's football season. Q4 is historically very, very good for SoFi in terms of growth. So um, I think the shorts are on the wrong side of this trade. I think they were proven to be on the wrong side of the trade with the ER and the guidance management released, and they're just not going to give it up because these institutions don't like to lose money. And if they can delay and kick the can down the road, they can hope that some type of calamity ensues in the next 6 weeks and something really bad happens for SoFi, or Powell makes horrible remarks and they can send it down to 6 tomorrow and cover those puts, or whatever the case may be, guys. There's so many moving parts. It's like a Las Vegas dealer. They're like, I'm out. Let's see who else is here, guys. Alberto, cash secured puts. Cash secured puts are a really good idea, guys, if you have the money. Stinky, buy your future. Yep. Lump of coal for them, Hybrid Duncan. Flint Creek Soap Company. Blake Wood, shit happens. Exactly. There's bear shit in the woods. Ask Blake Wood. Yep, sometimes it does. Sometimes you step in it. That's life, guys. You wipe your foot off and you keep walking. Keep on going, guys. I mean, you get beat down in life. If you've done any living, you know that. So, guys, I've been down so far, and you just hold on. You just keep the faith that your analysis and your DD is correct. And until there's some fundamental change in your thesis, your view of the company, your view of management, don't be scared by the macro, because by the time you're going to want to sell this stock, hopefully in many, many years, the macro could change quite dramatically. You made it live. Flesh infection. Good to see you. I'm gonna go wash my hands. Looks like algo pat. Yeah, it is, of course it's an algo. Pete. Yes. I mean, look at this thing. Look at the daily. Come on, I don't even have to look at it. It's gonna be algo. Yeah, I mean, look at this thing just step down. Look at this level, like 687, 690. They're holding it here. Um, this level comes in again, 690. Then, it steps down exactly to 680, from 690 to 680, steps down exactly to 670. I mean, look at these. Of course it's an algo. No human beings are stupid enough to sell down here. They maybe fear, maybe emotion, maybe you want to sell the dip and smell the rip. But you know, I feel like they're just killing. Look at the calls. I mean, there's too many goddamn calls. Like, look at this, guys. Volume on the $7 calls, 18,000. 5,000 at 750. And then on puts, 5,000 volume, 46,000 open interest at $6. A lot of puts at 650. I mean, they're trying to get these 650 puts to print. The $7 puts are already, they're already in the money. So, because those were probably pretty cheap if they were buying them, considerably higher. I don't know what these puts cost. I don't buy puts. I'm not an asshole. But anyway, guys, let me get through a few more of your comments, and then I'm going to sign off because I have to get to a meeting here. Yeah, no problem, Dom. I'm just being real, man. I don't see I don't see the problem with the ER. I don't see the problem with the company. Price action is price action, guys, and you have to understand it for what it is, and market makers control the price action over the short term, and hopefully a big money interest, a big player, a big fish will come in and just punish them today. If somebody came in and bought 5 million shares today off the bottom at 669 or something, it would really punish these shorts. But it's just so far today, yesterday, it's just not happening. I think Tuesday there were some bigger buys coming in, but smart money is also smart money on the bull side, and they want to see how low it's going to go and how low they can get in. So it's kind of a dance there. They both want to find the bottom, but for different reasons. So let's see. I don't know. You guys are all talking to each other. Yeah, it's Mark's right. It's insider selling. Is it? I don't know. Is it the fear of the macro? Is it fear of Powell's comments? Yeah, I agree with you, Dimitri. I don't care what your cost basis is. Take advantage. My issue with averaging in, yeah. So yeah, if you're paying per, yeah, you only if that's the case, Mikkel, only buy like once a month. I mean, stock price will be low, when your time meets. It's just, don't rush into anything. Don't feel pressure to do something because the stock is here today. Stocks do all kinds of things, guys. We can't meet it. Hey, Yukeko, what's going on? Good to see you. um who else is here, guys? Dimitri, let's see. Catch the rerun. Chaos here. Beach Boy. Still waiting on my shirt. Yeah. Are you in Beach Boy? Are you in Israel? I can't remember. I'm gonna get. Sorry guys, I haven't got the shirts sent out to the foreign countries. To the foreign to you, you live there, but to me, it's not the expense. It's standing in line at the goddamn post office while they type in those addresses. Like, I need to get an online thing so I can get past that. Yes, I have done stand-up comedy, Ryan Kopke. You probably. I'm like an E-list celebrity. Jacob Raber. Hey, Jacob, good to see you. Flint Creek, this guy's active. He runs a soap company. Benjamin Murphy. Yes, I am doing stand-up right now. You are correct, guys. That's kind of the point of this channel. It's meant to be funny. There's a lot of guys who can give you numbers and analysis better than I can. I'm trying to make this a little bit fun, if you couldn't tell. Tim, every time it dips under 7, buys 1,000 shares. I like the strategy. Ukeko, 250 more shares at 670. Nicely purchased, Ukeko. Keep buying. Non-investment advice. Me neither. Buy. Non-investment advice. Buy SoFi. And non-investment advice. Buy SoFi. Hearts coming out. Hope that's Princess J. If it's anybody else, thank you, but I really hope it's her because, she's my favorite. She's the best. Buy SoFi, not financial advice. Exactly, Benjamin. Not financial advice, but buy SoFi, you gutless, paper-handed piece of shit. Deuce Kabuski. Didn't I already send you a shirt, Deuce Kabuski? The elephant G-string. That's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna have a new moo made up by Omar the tent maker. Come on, guys. I just lost like a bunch of weight. I mean, I know I'm still fairly large, but anyway, let's keep it real here. This isn't about my body type. Bit of a pear shape, but what are you gonna do? Her Tweak Cat, new subscriber. I really enjoy your personality and perspective. Well, get yourself help immediately. Her Tweak Cat. And also, do not let your cat do methamphetamines. Berto, Flint is a woman. She's hot. Met her. All right. There you go. Good for you, Flint. Benjamin Murphy, it's me. What's going on? Benjamin's giving me the hearts. I don't know how I feel about that, Benjamin, but okay. Awesome. Phil Hodgson, just wait, Noto. Yeah, it's gonna right, guys. I mean, I have a long time horizon on this stock. I'm not looking to sell it before at least a few years. So I want to see free cash flows, guys. That's how stocks go up. It's not just hype. It's not just, short squeeze. It's because the company's making money. That's what these companies are supposed to do, you freaking turds. And that's what SoFi's about to do. They are about their father's business. They don't have time for these games, and neither do I, guys. But the stock is bleeding sideways and down. Down 8.28%, guys, today. Volume is approaching 60 million shares. Very heavy volume. I don't care what Ortex says. I don't care what Fintel says. The shorts are digging in today. This is pure algos dumping. This is them setting up to cover some of that short position going into the next ER. Remember, guys, after the Chia Pet attack, we were at 650, down to 450. Going into the next ER, we're at 950. Pump to 1170. Back down to the low sixes, 618 or whatever the hell it was. This stock moves around like a freaking yo-yo, like a Mexican jumping bean, like Speedy Gonzalez on meth bouncing off of a pinball machine. Whatever it is, guys, it's price action. It's short-term price action. If you are truly a long-term investor, it should not mean that much to you. All you turds say you're long-term investors. Then if I were to look back at your fucking 1099 at the end of the year, you're trading in and out every day. You're watching stocks. You're not a long-term investor. That's why you're always complaining and crying like a huge fucking Karen. Because you don't have the courage of your convictions, because you're a paper-handed, weak turd. And I've had enough of it. Grow a spine and stop crying when these things happen, and just make a sober, reasoned, logical analysis. Buy, sell, or hold, or STFU. Okay? Y'all heard? I know Chaos Perez heard me. I know Smurfy Good Times heard me. I know Dimitri Jeet heard. I know Hybrid Duncan knows what's up. I know Air Force. Air Force ain't paper-handed. Guy buzzes the fucking tower every day, whether he has clearance or not. Permission to buzz the tower? I can't hear you. Buzzing the tower. And he's not 5'3", like a diminutive Jack Reacher. Male Karens are the worst. I see guys at soccer practice now. These are, big burly guys, and they're wearing Ugg boots. These are soccer dads. Now they're wearing Ugg boots, guys. I don't know what's going on. My mom's fat and her name is really Karen. Well, okay. I mean, I'm not talking about your mom, Mopar. I'm talking about like the Karens, like take me to your manager. Don't take it as a your mom thing. Take it easy, buddy. Go do a burnout or something. That 6.4. I'm tapped out. Yeah, I don't know how much more I can buy, but there's always I was buying so much in the fours, low fives. Let's go. Herd chef. Thank you. You mean chief or chef? I'll take either one. You're probably chef is more accurate. Firehouse Pete. Not a lurker. Air Force. What's going on? Paul Clark. Paul Clark took time from his road bike to purchase another 2,000 pounds worth. He's pawning his fridge. He's pawning his gold fillings. He's buying everything he can. He is not going to pawn his carbon fiber road bike or his spandex. Preach it. Hybrid Duncan, what's going on, guys? Ugg boots, rant away. I'm doing the best I can, guys. Pirate ship has great rates. Sell $10 cash secured puts, take in 330 premium. Guys, I'm not going to recommend you do that. You have to know what you're talking about, but it sounds like Alberto knows what he's talking about. I personally, I would just buy long shares and hold those long shares at these levels. That's what I would personally do. You know, that's not what I would do. That's what I am doing. I'm buying, a lot of leaps too, but I just like to be long. I like to sell covered calls. I know cash secured puts are a good idea, but I just ties up a lot of capital. Um, yes, I'm panhandling for SoFi. Of course, I'm pumping. Bought 1K today. Yep, I'm the head chef. You guys are the sous chefs or the turds or the customers or whatever the hell you are. Anyway, guys, stock is getting absolutely hammered today. Just wanted to come on and just basically tell you to just man up. This is life. Like sometimes you get kicked. And do you just give in and cry, or do you man up and get back up and, you know, like I said, do you have the courage of your convictions? You say you're long, you say you're there for the long term. If that's really the case, this shouldn't matter that much to you other than a buying opportunity, but it stings. It stings. It gets you here. It gets you right here. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I got to head to a meeting. Um, it's the SoFi stock. It's ticker symbol SOFI. My name is DannyDealz. The show is Un Poco Mas. I try to give you just a little bit more. Come on and talk to you in the good times and the bad times. And hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, James McGuire. Thanks, Hybrid Duncan. Thanks, Alberto. Thanks, Deuce Kabuski. Yeah, big bloodbath today. Yeah, let me know if you can find that elephant G string for me. And thanks a lot for the visual. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. I'm out.